You just can't predict the stock market. You cannot predict the damn stock market. That's why you just got to sit back, chill, invest your money, and let it do what it do. Simple as that. Guys, I actually thought the market was going to be down today. I was expecting to at least lose 0.5% today. Nope. It was up. It was up. The Dow and the S&P 500 was up about just over 0.60%. Can't predict it. And I know better than try to predict it. And I wasn't trying to predict it because I know better. But after yesterday's ceasefire and then Israel bombing Lebanon, and then Iran being pissed off, there was more tension. I just thought, and oil went back up, I just expected the stock market to be in the red today. But it wasn't. It was up again. Good for us. Good for us. But that's a good thing. Because us that are invested into the market, we're just going to keep making money. You know, like I said, I wasn't trying to predict it. I wasn't trying to call it or make a prediction because I know better than that. But I just assumed with tension still high over there that it was going to retreat today. But it didn't. Still up. You know, right now the Dow Jones has entered positive territory for the year. And the S&P is only down pretty much 0.5%, 0.49%. So hopefully, if things calm down over there in the Middle East with Iran, you know, the S&P can get into positive territory and keep marching forward. So that's the thing about the stock market, guys. You can have bumps and bruises, peaks and valleys, and shit happen. But then after giving some time, once everything calms down, the stock market will recover and we'll start marching forward again. That's the great thing about the stock market. Somebody told me the other day, they said, Frank, you are really aggressive in the stock market. You know, how are you able to be that way? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I look at it like this. I got nothing else I can do that's going to build my money. Nothing else I can do that's going to build my money the way the stock market does in compound interest. There's nothing else out there for me. You know, I'm just talking for myself. I don't like real estate like that. And those of you that do like real estate, that's cool. I'm not down in real estate. It's just not for Frank. You know, when I need money, especially if I need a big lump sum of money, I like the fact that I can just go to my laptop, go on my brokerage account, and I'll have that money in my account in 2 days. I don't want to have to sell some real estate. I don't want to have to take out a loan. I don't want to have to go through all that red tape. I just don't like red tape. I like shit simple. I like my life simple. I like my financial transactions simple. You know, again, that's just me. That's just how I like to roll. But there was some more good news out of the market today. Core inflation came back at 3%, 2.95 or something like that. So it's holding steady. Still a little bit high, but it's holding steady. Fourth quarter GDP was revised to 0.5% up. After having a smoking third quarter of 2025 being up over 4%. But guys, I don't think we're going to see a recession anytime soon. I just don't. I don't. That's just how I see it. You know, one thing that led the 2008 recession, one thing that really triggered it was the housing crash. And I mean, foreclosures were in the millions. And that's just not the case right now. I mean, prices are high, but you know, we don't have millions and millions of foreclosures. We just don't. So I think as long as the housing market stays steady, I personally don't see a recession coming. That's just my personal opinion. But I don't see it. But guys, I loved it. I'm all in the stock market. Like I told you guys before, I'm all in. Nothing rattles me. Because the way I've seen my money grow over the last 18 years, nothing rattles me in the market. It just doesn't. Whatever happens, I'm riding that shit out. Because there's nothing else I can do with my money that's going to give me the returns that I'm getting. It's just not. It's just not. So I got nerves of steel. No matter what happens, I'm riding that shit out, and it is what it is. That's what I choose to do with my money. I'm gonna ride that shit out, most definitely. But yeah, I don't see a recession coming anytime soon. And to be honest with you, love Trump, hate Trump. I just don't think. I feel like I don't think he wants a recession on his record. I just don't. He seems like someone who cares about, his legacy and shit like that. I don't think Trump wants a recession on his record. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. If I was president, I wouldn't want a damn recession on my record either. Whether you like me or didn't like me, I wouldn't want a recession on my record. I wouldn't want to be remembered as a president who had a recession. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't want a recession on my watch if I was president. But I was listening to a news show today, guys, and there was a certified financial planner, fiduciary, on the news show, and he was just demonstrating how compound interest works, right? And I told you guys that if you have a good year of returns, and then but you jumping in and out of the market because every time it dipped, you got out and shit like that. And if you miss like the 10 best trading days of that year, it could cut your returns in half, or may even have you at flat because you kept pulling out, going back in, pulling out, going back in. So he did an illustration that if you had $100,000 and you just continue to dollar cost average over 20 years, and you was getting, say, an average return of anywhere from 8 to 10%, not every year, but the life of the account, you were averaging an 8 to 10% return. And all you did was continue to dollar cost average over the next 20 years. But during that 20 years, you missed the 10 best trading days of those 20 years. 20 years, guys, and you missed the 10 best trading days. Your returns will be cut in half. Ain't that some shit? Now tell me compound interest is not fucking powerful. Excuse my language. But tell me compound interest is not powerful. Over a 20-year period, if you miss the 10 best trading days over a 10-year period, your returns will be cut in half. That's fucking nuts when you think about it. That's how powerful compound interest is, guys, for you. That's how powerful compound interest is for you. And that's why I say I'm in this game for the long run. I would never be out of the stock market. Never. I will be investing till the day I die, and whatever's left will just go to my children. Because believe me, I'm going to enjoy some of this money. I'm going to enjoy a lot of it. And whatever's left can go to my kids, and they can keep it going. So guys, yeah, I just want to have this quick conversation with you guys. Have a great evening. This is Frank, and I'm out of here.